Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. I'm Dave, and on today's video I'm making another quilt for Santa Claus. Santa Claus has hired me to make I think 3 quilts, and I already made the Pokemon one, and today I'm doing a Dragon Ball Z quilt. May I introduce you to Shenron. This is Shenron. He's a dragon. This is the dragon of the Dragon Ball Z fame. We're gonna make a quilt about him today. So, I have this tapestry that I got online. This is meant to be a tapestry that you hang on your wall. But I can definitely put this into a quilt. And obviously, I can't just sew it up into a quilt. I need to Davitize it. So I'm gonna take out the background and put in my own pieced background. And I've been thinking a lot on how to do it. I can't explain it, but luckily I have a camera so I can film it so you can see it. We're just gonna cut out the background and replace it with Dragon Ball Z fabric that I bought online, and I have like 6 or 8 different kinds, and then I have t-shirts, which will all ultimately make it into a background situation for Shenron to live on. And then the orange fabric here is gonna be used to make the actual balls. In case you haven't seen Dragon Ball Z, there are balls. There are 9 Dragon Balls. I think it's 9. Where's my phone? Oh, let me make sure there's 9 before I say something wrong. There are 7 Dragon Balls, and each Dragon Ball has like stars on it, like 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, all the way up to 7 Dragon Balls. I need to use this. I mean, they're actually, I think they're supposed to be like gold, but they're kind of orange. So anyway, I'm gonna use this orange fabric, and I'm gonna find some way to put the stars on there that's not applique. Because Santa's gonna give this to a child, and obviously boys can be hard on quilts. So I just feel like if I would applique the stars on, that would not be a good idea because they would eventually fall off, I feel like. I need to do something like some type of maybe paint marker, like a Posca pen, something that will not come off in the wash, but it will also look good, be permanent, and that's essentially how I'll probably make the balls. The balls will go on last. They'll get appliqued on top of everything. I'm okay with a big chunk of applique. It's really like small, intricate stars of applique that I'm not down for because I think they'll fall off. Let me get started. Not that I know how I'm gonna start. Okay, you know what? Starting is always the hardest part, and the best thing to do is to literally just start cutting. I'm gonna get rid of, no, I know what I need to do. Let's look down from above. Okay, so I have the background here. Let's put some interfacing or some fusible webbing on. Do I want to use fusible webbing? Hold on, let me check something. Okay, you can definitely see it from behind. That's important. So I'm gonna be using washable glue stick. There will be glue in the quilt, but it's washable and it comes out, and I'll wash the quilt before I send it with Blitzen back to the North Pole. All right, here we go. So I'm cutting away this chunk right here of background, and I will replace it with some DBZ fabric, and I'll do that everywhere. Or I might have to piece it too. I'm cutting with enough, with leaving a 1/4 inch that I'm gonna turn over. Let me just make sure that this is not gonna melt on the iron. You know what? No need to be heavy, like using the very, very hot iron. A low setting will dry the glue. That's all we're doing is drying glue. It's important that I keep it flat. I do not want to interface it, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. I just don't want to do it. You only need a little bit of this glue. And like I said, it's washable. It will come out prior to giving it to the people. It won't be in there anymore. I placed the DBZ fabric underneath the hole I just created, and then I traced around it to transfer the shape of it, and then I cut that shape out much bigger. And then I glue basted again that piece into position and used the iron to dry the glue, and then I top stitched it in place from the top. If there was a lot of extra bulk, I cut it off. If there was just a little bit, I probably just left it. Then I repeated these steps for every part of the background of this tapestry. Whenever I got bored of doing the applique, I switched to preparing the t-shirts by cutting them up and interfacing them. I use all different kinds of interfacing. I don't really know what brand this is called, but I do remember ordering what I thought was going to be a huge roll of it on eBay, and then when it came, it was a very small roll. I would have preferred a bigger one, but ultimately it worked. You can use whatever kind you like. I prefer a thin one, but not super thin, otherwise it won't work. If you didn't notice, I had previously said that I would put videos out every other Tuesday, and now we have a video 2 Tuesdays in a row, and that's for a couple reasons. Firstly, I love making these fandom quilts because it's fun and I know the recipient is gonna like it. But the videos don't do super well on my channel, and I understand why. It's because my normal audience is not the same audience that tunes into like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. So like I get it, but I'm gonna still make the projects that I think are fun and that I want to make, and it's for Santa's children after all. So I just decided to roll these Santa Claus quilt videos out faster so that the kids who receive the quilts can watch them and they don't have to wait forever for it to come out. So I've already published my Pokemon video, and now here's my Dragon Ball Z video, and I have one more Santa Claus quilt. Next week is going to be based on the anime One Piece, and that video is going to have a sneak peek of an upcoming quilt. Alright, how big is it? 60 inches by 80 inches, approximate. It's about 60 by 80 inches. Okay, the batting is 72 by 90 inches, so we're good. We're good on the batting. I need to now put the balls on, so let me make some Dragon Balls and applique them on. I used a compass to draw the circles on FlexiFuse. That's what I'm going to use to applique the balls on. I had a few different sizes of circles, and so I also made a few different sizes of star stencils to color the stars on. And then I used a Sharpie brand permanent paint marker to draw the stars. The orange fabric is slightly bigger than the paper circle, and that's so I could iron the fabric over the paper to make a crease. And then I peeled the paper off and ironed the edges back down right where they were creased, and this time they stuck to the FlexiFuse. This is one technique for doing turned edged applique. And then I top stitched them down as well. I used the free motion foot to applique the circles down, and at the same time I sewed over the stars, and that's just to add even more strength to the applique of it all. So this is the final result. I gave it to Blitzen the next day for him to take back to the North Pole for Santa Claus, and that's all for today's video. Thank you for coming to Dave's Craft Room. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and please come again.